Carlos Miller. You can go see the full site and the full article from Photography is Not a Crime. That's what PINAC stands for. And it just integrates in with a new article out today by Paul Joseph Watson, U.S. Army soldier arrested by police for asking questions. Georgia man was filming cops during traffic stops, so they arrested him. He's very polite, which you don't even have to be by law, and he still goes to jail because he, the police officer, because the guy pulled into a church parking lot off the road, and the cops wanted to tell him, now leave this parking lot, as if the guy wasn't going to leave the parking lot when he pulled off the road. And the man says, what, is this not a public place? And the cop says, that's it, you're going to jail. And again, that's what you'd expect in North Korea. That's not what you'd expect in a free society. And I did cover the good news yesterday that the cop in the town, it's actually in a wealthy neighborhood there in a major city in Oklahoma, the neighbors saw the 3-year-old pee up against a tree. And, you know, I've been at the beach when my children have been 2 or 3 years old, and they, it just seems natural. You know, you look over, and if it's a girl, you know, they're squatting, peeing in the surf, or, you know, my son, and I'm like, hey, stop that, go to the porta potty. But, I mean, it's as natural as a puppy squatting on your rug and urinating. And they gave her a $2,000+ fine. There was talk of charging them with sex crimes. That's out of newsok.com. Piedmont. Officer fired over public urination ticket. That's what we need to see. Police departments need to find out who control freaks are, who petty thugs are, and fire them. Fire them. What you want is professional people that really want to serve the community and want to go after bad guys, who want to find the people all over the country breaking into folks' houses, robbing their garages, the carjackers. I mean, I can take you right now, and I intend to do this as soon as I get the time. Or I'm going to see. I don't want to send my reporters out because I wouldn't ask them to do this. Though I know my reporters would do it. They've got a lot of courage. I could go to East Austin right now, anywhere in a 20-mile square area or more. It's even bigger than that. And I can show you prostitutes and crack dealers right now. But you don't see police anywhere. But I can show you people selling crack cocaine all day and selling their bodies all day. Because for a decade, I haven't really done a show in 6, 7, 8 years much. I've been down there a few times as a guest. I went down to Access TV, and part of that community program was to build city projects and government buildings in East Austin. And so I would drive over there, and no matter what route I took, I would have crack dealers run up to the car window when I was at a red light. I would have women that looked like they were from Day of the Dead, literally with, you know, no hair, looking like zombies, you know, stumbling around. The few times I was dumb enough to get gasoline in those areas, you know, offering to perform sex acts on me. And I had my car robbed repeatedly in the parking lot, and other people had their windows knocked out and robbed in the parking lot. So I've experienced it. And I have occasionally driven back through the area, and it is street fights going on openly, people being stabbed. In fact, so many times I would drive over there to edit at night or whatever, and there'd be cops with white sheets over people dead, being loaded. I probably saw that 5, 6 times. I mean, you know, where you actually see the body. One time there was even a big red spot on the gurney. I mean, you could see the blood dripping out of the dead body. You'd be at a red light watching dead people being loaded into ambulances. I mean, that's all going on right now. But don't worry, we're going to arrest a woman for posting on her Facebook a photo of her with a manatee, because manatees come up to you. They're sea cows, mermaids, as the Spanish called them. You know, they'll come over to your boat, whatever. Well, if you pet them, you're going to jail. And they're still looting. What is it, 3 weeks after the hurricane? The Associated Press reported still looting going on in New Jersey and New York, but that's no big deal. And don't worry, if you if you're pro-sovereignty and part of the UKIP mainline party with Nigel Farage and Lord Monkton, you're going to have your kids taken by CPS. That's now happening. Side issue, I said I wanted to open the phones up. We come back, I'll open the phones up. What is your take on 2012? That issue and that issue alone, interspersed with a bunch of other news. 800-259-9231.
We just had a terrible storm in the east, but we are all still in the eye of the perfect storm. We have the most devastating economic conditions since the Great Depression, America's worst drought in agricultural history, and what about the presidential election? This perfect storm is a huge threat to everyone's food supply. eFoods Direct is preparing for the shortages, and you had better do the same. I can warn you, but I can't feed you. You know that eFoods is the best tasting and safest food on the planet. We all need a bunch of storable and usable food from eFoods Direct. None of us wants to be standing in a bread line trading our freedom for food. Anyone who doesn't take control of their uncertain future has to be just a little bit nuts. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Starting Thursday, November 22nd at midnight through Monday, November 26th, you can save 25 to 30% on the Black Friday specials. Give the gift of food security. Would you rather prepare 6 months too early or 1 day too late? Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Iodine protection packs from hempusa.org are now in stock for immediate delivery worldwide. Our iodine protection packs include microplant powder, green life kelp, red palm oil, and our clear roll-on iodine that will feed the body the iodine it needs. All iodine protection packs are in stock, save you money, and ship for free in all 50 states. Visit hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Weakened by GMOs, stressed out about money, and blasted by the electric environment. Hi, I'm Pastor Jenny, and that was the state I was in back in 2010. Then I learned about RNA drops. I learned that 97% of my DNA that scientists have called junk is actually packed with millions of gene switches that play a critical role in controlling how my cells, organs, and other tissues behave. I learned I don't have to put up with disease, decay, or decline like I'd been conditioned to believe. I began taking RNA drops, a 100% natural formula designed to turn on those switches and provide me with amazing health and joy. Learn more about RNA drops and order a free sample today. Visit rnafreesample.com. That's rnafreesample.com or call toll-free 888-577-3703. Pay only shipping and handling for a free 30-day supply of RNA drops. Get the information you need and the health you want at rnafreesample.com.
Alex Jones here, back live. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Coming up in studio, because they're visiting here in the United States. Well, one of them's based here in the U.S. We're going to have Robert Beans, CEO of StartPage.com, in studio. Big critics and experts on Google. and David Bodnick, founder, in studio. And we're going to have Dr. Catherine Albrecht popping in a little bit via video Skype as well, because it's coming out, court rules that Google NSA spy ties can remain secret. Google engineers knew for 2 years that the company's Street View cars were stealing email passwords via Wi-Fi. Gee, they knew, kind of like John Wayne Gacy knew he was burying kids underneath his basement. Really, think they knew? You think Charlie Manson knew what was inside Sharon Tate's uterus? Continuing here, Google privacy settlement with FTC wins court approval. We're going to be looking at Google in the third hour today. And Bev Harris, I had thought she was on next hour. She was scheduled for next, but I'm moving her back. If not, we'll have her on another day. But I want to look in hindsight at the election fraud that all points towards Obama engaging in fraud. And you know me, folks, I just report the facts. It's not that he would have saved us. It's Romney. It's that the system wanted Obama, and now you got Jamie Foxx calling him our Lord and Savior. They did that 4 years ago seriously during the campaign, you remember. I covered that in the Obama deception that's even more important today than ever. That film. And these people really think free cars, free houses, everything. It's designed to bankrupt us. And I'm going to talk about that at the start of the next segment and then start going to your phone calls after I break down Rand Paul and his calls for basic amnesty and give you my take on that. Here is some of the other news. Soros and Paulson are back to gold rush. About 6 months ago, they said buy it because they were busy buying it. And then they said dump it so they can manipulate the market. Now they're rushing back in again, and gold obviously is way up. There's some of those reports. Soros and Paulson are back to gold rush RT. Here's Bloomberg. Soros buying gold as record prices seen on stimulus. Why buying gold after Paulson and Soros is foolish is what Forbes is saying. And here's another one. George Soros buys millions in gold. Continuing, billionaire Soros Paulson get big on gold, ABC News. So that's just some of the stuff came out in the last few days. Here's some of the top stories at Infowars.com. If you go to the site in the featured news area, U.S. Army soldier arrested by police for asking questions. I already mentioned that, but I'm going to cover that more. I also want to play some clips of this during the show today. If not, it'll be on the nightly news tonight because he said this before, but now he's intensifying it. Zbigniew Brzezinski, who's a top globalist planner, not an owner, but one of their top generals, one of their ring wraiths. Populist resistance is derailing the New World Order. And what is the New World Order? We'll break that down. A technocratic, scientific tyranny designed to reduce your life expectancy and fertility, to remove you. The globalists stole the world. Now they want you out of the way. Do you expect me to talk, Goldfinger? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die. Will the peak of the solar cycle in 2013 produce technology crippling solar storms? NASA says that's a possibility. Cuba, Venezuela, Russia, and China, now more free than America in notable ways. Mike Adams has an excellent report. In the ultimate media war, governments target reporters. Washington Blog breaks that down, and that ties that in to reporters everywhere. I mean, in some cases, you can be 200 yards away filming police in rural areas, major cities, and they come over and arrest you. And they don't care that courts rule, obviously, against them and they lose lawsuits because it's taxpayer money. That just further bankrupts things to the foreign banks. And again, if you want your 3-year-old arrested for peeing in the front yard, or if you want parents arrested for the 10-year-old playing in the front yard, they're saying that's negligence now and endangerment. I mean, then welcome to the New World Order. Excellent article by Paul Craig Roberts, the Osama bin Laden myth, breaking down that he's like Santa Claus, a fable. It was amazing. My wife wanted me to go to Whole Foods this weekend, and because she was under the weather, and I went to Whole Foods, and it's kind of, the Whole Foods closer to my house is like one of those big open mall areas where there's all these big shopping center, buildings, like an outdoor mall. And so I saw Santa Claus. So I said to my kids, hold on. I was behind a little fence where he was, had kids sitting on his lap. When kids got up to walk away, I said, hey, Santa, you're kind of like bin Laden. You're a fable. And he goes, no, I'm a lot more alive than him. Have a nice day, Alex. It turned out the guy was a listener. Reason I know is I turned the camera, started walking off, and I went back and talked to him, and he's a listener. So